What's going on, y'all? It's been a little minute. Welcome to the YouTube channel, Progression Over Perfection. Y'all know how we do. We don't have a guest today. I just wanted to sit down, do a little one-on-one with y'all and let y'all know what's up. So let's go ahead and get started. I never really even sat back and even explained what the channel is, why I came up with it. I really just wanted to take this time to come back, hop on the scene and get some things off my chest, man. It's just been weighing on me to say this, and I just don't really know how to say it. Man, I feel like one of them Usher videos. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where he just, it's hard for me to say this. It's coming from my heart. Head ass. But anyways, yeah, man, but I really got something I wanted to tell y'all. I just want to say I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm just happy that, you clicked on this, and I just wanted to take the time and just say that I'm proud of you. Whatever you got going on, whatever struggles you have overcame, I'm about to overcome, proud of you. You didn't have to do whatever you said you was going to do, but you did it. If it was just not being late to work 2 days in a row and you broke that streak, I'm proud of you. If you wanted to work out today or start a regimen, I'm proud of you. That new job, you got that new job. You stepped out of that old job. I'm proud of you. You woke up this morning in a better mood than you did yesterday. I'm proud of you. I'm not coming on here just to preach or just, you got 5 minutes for me to speak to you. No. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is just pat you on the back, give you that virtual pat. And, if you see me in person, I'm going to say that in person too. I'm going to give you a hug. I'm going to pat you on the back. I'm going to dap you up, whatever, just because I feel like we don't show enough of that gratitude or that appreciation to see someone else grind. Someone else has done something that has bettered themselves. I think we just really just focus on the end goal for a lot of people, and we just feel like they don't deserve it, or they was handed to them, whatever the case is. Anyways, I'm going down a rabbit hole. I just really wanted to say I'm proud of you, And another thing, y'all might not know, we don't have a guest today. I got a mic. I got 2 mics, matter of fact. And I got a few other little things that I got. I got an external battery pack. Like I said, each episode I'm trying to do better, bigger and better things. Trying to switch up the locations, try to switch it up, try to get some new scenery, new people. And like I said, we're still doing the episodes. We're still doing the guest speakers and stuff like that. But I really just wanted to hone in on why the channel is what it is, and talk a little bit about it. Usually we do no phones and I don't have no notes, but today I got little notes. I just got 3, quick little talking points. That's why if you see me looking over, that's what I'm doing, just because I really want to make sure that I tell y'all what the channel is, where did I get the P.O.P from, what kind of mindset that I had when I created the channel. First is progression. That was the first thing that comes to mind. Like, I'm not progressing, man. Like, I feel like I be stagnant for so long, and it's just like I had to sit back and kind of have like that growth mindset. Like, no, Chan, bro, you are progressing. If anything, you woke up this morning and you said what you was gonna do today. You did better at work than you did yesterday. That mistake you did yesterday, you was acting funny out of character yesterday, you're gonna be better today. Progression. Just small little steps, man. I think we just think of those huge jumps. If I ain't doing this, then I ain't doing nothing. No, that's not the case. Like, I feel like if you're just doing that little 1%, I know that sounds cheesy, but that little 1%, that little 0.5% than you did yesterday, you doing it. Like, you're doing it. You're doing it better than some people out here. Some people not even waking up. Some people not even going to work. Some people can't even put food on their table. Some people can't cook a meal. It's just you doing something that you said you was going to do, and you accomplished that. And I think that's what we really need to really more focus on, is the progression side rather than the perfection. Because the perfection is, if I don't have this type of body, if my relationship don't look like this, if I don't have this kind of bread or this money by 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever the case, I don't have these children, my children bad, my children don't act like this. Your idea of perfection, and some people might look at it like, I got too much money. I know that might sound crazy, but once you even reach that money or that perfect life, you're still going to be trying to chase more. Like, you're still going to be like, okay, I got this house, and I really wish I had this. I really wish I had it down the street. I wish I had it in this city. I wish I had this color brick or whatever the case. I wish I had this fridge. It's always going to be something else you're going to chase. And I feel like once we get that perfect mindset out, and I'm not saying you shouldn't strive for perfection. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you have to understand that even when you reach that perfect goal, you're still going to be trying to progress to reach something else. And that's just like that forever growing mindset that I'm talking about. Premise on why I want to get a lot of guests on here and speak to them. You know, if you ever want to get on the channel, we started an Instagram page, so I posted that. I'll have that in the description below, but I'll also put it at top. You can drop a follow there. If you want to get on the channel, you know somebody that wants to get on the channel and sit down and talk about what they have going on. You know, they have a good story, not even like a good story. I'm not trying to say like I want specific people, because everyone is entitled and has their own story on how they got to where they are and where they plan to go. So get that out now. I'm not looking for a specific type of people, but people who have a want to say and speak on their story and kind of bounce, you know, with myself and stuff like that. I get the guests on here to talk about their personal story, like their personal growth, because I think a lot of us, we see that end goal. We don't know that people don't have a blueprint. Oh, here's this master plan, son, daughter, cousin, uncle, da-da-da. Go and run with it. Here's this $1 million plan, run with it. People don't have that. People don't have that. And I think we tend to look at the end goal for people and see like, dang, they 20 something years old. They in their teens. They making this type of money. They're showing this type of stuff off. They have this kind of job. You don't like, you may or may not even know how they got it. Like if you personally know them, yeah, you might know, but you may only know bits and pieces from what they tell you. We have tunnel vision. And when I say tunnel vision, we don't even know how long the tunnel is. Like that distance between this side and that side. We just know that, oh, there's a light right there. I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna get to it. It looks pretty close, but we don't know that it's 6 years down the road, 5 years down the road. We have to deal with these bumps, bruises on the way there. We just want to know, I need to get there. I don't really care about how long it takes. That's what we really need to be focusing on, process. Because if you're not willing to even endure a long process, you're going to be upset. I mean, a lot of these things don't fall from the sky. So think about that, but also kind of hear other people's stories. Like everybody doesn't have it figured out, and that's okay. But if you're willing to try and you keep, you know, having that grind mentality, then I think that's great. You know, hearing people say that, and I think we do need to, you know, hear that kind of outlet, because we only see the success. We don't see the story. And I think the story is what, you know, one of my elementary school teachers, I got caught cheating for a book report a long time ago. I read the first page, the first chapter and the last chapter, try to write a book report. You can't write a successful book report on just reading the first and the last. Of course, I failed. It's just the same thing about life. Like you can't just start and you can't just go to the end and expect the same results as someone who read the whole book. And I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, it's pretty simple. And I've been reading a lot of, you know, books and listening to these YouTube motivational stuff when I'm at work and working out and stuff like that. And one thing that I heard yesterday about a lion, right? A lion is not the biggest or the strongest or the fastest animal in the kingdom. They're way more stronger, faster. The cheetah, you got the elephant, the biggest. And then, you know, they're not the strongest, because I'm sure like a rhinoceros is way stronger than a lion. But they have that mentality of, I'm going to keep getting it. I'm going to try whatever I can do to make whatever I'm trying to do happen. If it's hunting, if it's finding a mate, if it's finding a new watering hole, the lion is going to try and get it. They're going to try different means to get it. And that's how we should be in you know, in our day to day. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the fastest. I'm not the strongest. I'm not the coolest, but I will try and outwork anybody that I try to put my mind towards my goal. So at work, I'm over here looking at other people who are where I need to be or where I want to be. I'm seeing how they're dressing. I'm seeing how they're moving around, how they do things. And I'm pulling from each person, just like the lion does. They pull from each animal and embody all those traits and tries to become the best that they can be. And then thus they're the king of the jungle. And we should all try to strive to be the king. And the last thing before I forget, if you know what you know now, what would you do different? If you could try to get someone on the same level as you, what would you tell them? Of course, a lot of people are just going to say, man, keep your head down. Keep your head down and grind. But it's like sometimes we just have to kind of figure out that there are people who have had others, the same road that we're trying to, follow. And they have those tips and they have those strategies that, they could give you that you might not think about. And I'm not saying like every bad thing or going to school or reading this book or dating this person, the worst thing ever. And let me explain. Like, if I work this job X amount of years, but I don't really like it, but it's going to leg me up to something else, then is that a waste of time? Probably not. If I go to school and I like this major, but I'm not sure how the job is going to go, and then I really realize when I'm in school that I don't like that job, is that wasted time? I don't think so. I think you probably learned a lot going to school. And one thing I could tell you, you learned that you didn't like that job, or you didn't like the studies, or you're not this kind of studier, or you're not this kind of learner, whatever the case is, you learn from that mistake. So I don't even consider it a mistake. People might think it was a waste of time. I don't think it's a waste of time. You learned something, you grew, you progressed. And again, it's this vicious cycle of learning, progressing, molding, becoming this better version of yourself. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I want this to reach people, because I know it seems very simplistic to understand, but I feel like we overlook a lot of the building blocks of end goals, right? We think of, I see Johnny, that boy got $500. He got this kind of car. He got this, and we the same age, and I ain't got that. Why not? Versus, does Johnny have that for real? We probably think that, but that's not a way we should be thinking. We should change our mindset to, dang, thought you had it all figured out. Nah, bro, I tried this. I didn't like it. And I think we need to do that. We have to break out of that straight line thinking and kind of think of ways that we can just get to where we need to go and come up with those small increment steps. That's all I'm saying. I just want to just come on here and just tell y'all a little few things. I ain't yapping. I got this new mic. Man, I feel like them boys that be in the middle of the road down in Phoenix, Arizona, or them people that be in downtown Greenville that hey,
50-50. What do you think?
But that's all I wanted to say, y'all. Episode 10 coming soon. I might do more of these where I, sit down and talk to y'all about little things I have going on and things that I want to talk about. Y'all just let me know and drop in the comments somebody who's interested in getting on the podcast and just having that conversation. So I'm going to just leave it at that. And y'all hold it down.